13, 14, 15. So 13, you play 18 games. You play in the VFL Grand Final, but you miss the flag. And then 14 and 15 playing premiership. So, I mean, clearly great memories over that period at the footy club. What are some of your memories? You know what happened on the field and games, but tell us about that period.
Yeah,
I know it's a lot, but
yeah, I think one overall feeling I had through that period was just like this crazy confidence in the group, which we all felt. And so, you know, players feel it in themselves when they're in form, but just what we felt as a group. Like at no stage in any game do you think you were going to lose. Like you might be 5 goals down halfway through the last quarter and you're like, oh, obviously we're going to run over top here. That's sort of what it felt like. So that was just the overarching feeling. But, yeah, for me, missed out on that 2013 granny. But as much as I was flat, I look at the side and go, well, that side, everyone in that team deserves to be in there. And for whatever reason, we changed up the mix. I just didn't fit in as the finals came around. So that's just the way it goes. But I was proud to be able to play in a VFL flag, played a lot of VFL games to that point. So to be able to do that with boys I played majority of my career with, really at that point was awesome. And then you get the just rewards of staying the course and being able to impact the side through 14 and 15. Yeah, long time ago now, Ed, but it's still, yeah, like I said, just the feeling of being in a side that was so complete, I guess, was pretty cool.
You were sub in 2014. And I quote, he was like a guy who had a mushroom boost in Mario Kart when he came on 15 minutes of manic behaviour.
It was wild because what happened was, firstly, leading into the game, I hadn't been sub.
Ever.
Well, no. Sub maybe once, but it was like coming off an injury, so it was more of a minutes management thing.
Yeah.
And the team meeting, we roll in and the names are on the board for like...
This is grand final
this
week.
is like captain's run. So
Friday.
Game. And I'm like looking on in the back line, I'm like, oh, I'm not starting on. I must be on the bench. Not on the bench. Am I wing? Like, what's...
So and then I'm dropped?
Not wing, defensive forward. Oh, my God. And then my name is in the bottom corner as the sub, but I thought I'd been dropped and hadn't been told. My heart sank. And then so I was sort of a bit flat to be sub, but also like, all right, I'm playing, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that last quarter, Cyril was always going to be the bloke coming off just because he'd had
hammies and stuff.
Yeah, hammies, and that was like his first game, or post the final before, I think. The granny, actually, yeah. And he comes in and he's playing well. But Damien Monkhurst is on the bench. He's like, do we need to sub anyone? And I'm like, looking at him like, are you kidding me, mate? I'm getting on the ground.
Yeah.
So someone's coming off, and I blew up at him. And then, I'm like, mate, you're kidding. Don't suggest that. And then, sure enough, Cyril comes on. Then I just, ran wild for 15. And
you were injected.
Oh, mate, I was
shot out of the
I was actually, as much as I was running around like a mushroom boost, whoever said that, I was so fatigued because I was mentally fatigued from just like being in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
What was the score at that time? Do you remember?
We would have been like 8 goals up probably.
Yeah, right. So you felt like you could just go there and have a bit of fun for 15.
Sydney, right?
Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what we won by. Let's just say, I don't know, 10 goals. I think we still managed to kick away while I was on, so we may have kicked 2 of the last 3 or something like that, or 3 goals in the end. But yeah.
Nice feeling to go on there knowing you're going to win, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'd love to be I haven't been in a close granny as in when the final siren's blown. But it was cool to have just been able to sort of celebrate in those moments. And funny story actually about the next year. Same thing last quarter, we're up by a fair bit.
Can't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry, not a funny story.
Yeah, it's not that funny. It's a shit story. Next one.
Funny thing about that, if you can...
Shoot a story.
Yeah. Fellow backman though. So James Frawley.
Yeah. Did a number on JK.
Yeah, he had a good day. Admittedly, we were on, so it's a bit hard to do your thing as a forward. We've kicked a point, and you're sort of setting up, and I'm trying to organise, and I look behind, and James Frawley's basically on the logo, like on the wing, just staring at the crowd.
He's a fullback at this
taking it all in. Like, he wanted to soak in all the crowd and the atmosphere. And I'm like,
great.
What are you fucking doing, mate? Like, Oh, sorry, mate, sorry. Then it jogs back and gets on the task, and we pissed ourselves afterwards talking about it. But yeah, that was just a cool moment of someone just trying to soak it all in as we were, 10 goals up or whatever it was. So it was pretty cool.
Have you got any favourite stories over that period? Maybe on or off the field? I don't know. That's a big, broad throw out there. But
look, so many stories. But I was just telling someone the other day about we went to Vegas after 14, and Sam Grimley was the man. So nothing bad here. Nothing bad here. I knew media manager is really starting to worry here. No, Sam Grimley was like, could organise any event. It was just the man.
Right.
So their first or second night, but the first night we're properly out at a club. We roll in and the lights go off, and all of a sudden there's big spotlights and they're just following us in. And it's like Hawthorn Hawks, like AFL champions, and then the DJ starts up and we're just like rolling in with streamers and drinks.
Yeah, good.
And we set up at the booth front and centre. And as we settle in, we turn around and the Sydney boys are in the booth behind us. And it was just like, oh no, they were thinking, rough. what have we done to deserve this? But as the night plays out, we're all drinking together and having a good time. But they would have just thought
the Hawthorn song gets played.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it was like. That was a very funny moment. But too many funny stories to tell that are appropriate probably for the pod. But only saying that just because it came up actually yesterday.
That's probably
to go a three-peat is crazy. Like, just it's rarely happens. So after you won 2, what's the team like to like thinking we can do this again? Because it must get almost like taxing to be the best team for that long.
Yeah, it was weird because that year in 14 and 15 we started poorly. It was like 4-4. Sort of took us a while to get going in those seasons, and then 15 there was some injury and like we had a lot of things sort of going against us that year that probably kept us on task. Like it sort of galvanizes the group the more challenges you have, I think, sometimes, instead of being able to just coast. And so that was probably one thing that was really rewarding out of that 15 season for the majority of the group who, I mean, I only won 2, but the guys who'd
just the 2.
The guys who'd win the 3, like just to be able to say, the three-peat, like, yeah, I think it was a combination of a lot of hard work and especially like a lot of hurdles and challenges in that season. So that was super rewarding. But I think, it was 4 grannies in a row and a chance to sort of go into a 5th, except for the club we're at right now, ruining the party. But just to be able to do that sort of said that we, we're able to just overcome a lot of things that maybe other groups weren't able to, to win 1 or even 2. And some teams have done it, but to win 3, sort of like you said at the start of the show, to put us up with those teams like Geelong and Brisbane and since Richmond's pretty cool.
That was just a little teaser of our full episode. They're out Wednesdays on YouTube, and you can listen to them wherever you get your podcast. Go on, get out of here.